What's good, everybody out there on YouTube? This is your man Shadix dropping some hot frog on this mic. Today I'm going to be talking about Pokemon, and more specifically just what the issue is with the Pokemon franchise right now, and just what I want to see from it going forward. We had that recent Pokemon Presents, and there's been a lot of debate about the mainline Pokemon games going forward, especially about Pokemon Legends ZA, and I have some thoughts on it. I do feel like some people are overreacting, some people are underreacting, and overall there is a conversation to be had about the Pokemon franchise, the Pokemon Company, and Game Freak as a whole. But before we start, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, trying to get to 500 by this summer. But let's dive right into it. So the Pokemon Presents recently happened. They talked a lot about, games that are already basically out, which, I didn't care for that stuff. If you guys did, there's nothing wrong with that. But it was stuff I didn't necessarily care about because it wasn't the stuff that I, play anymore. What I was there for was Pokemon Legends ZA. I was excited for the Pokemon Champion stuff. That looks like a return to form for stuff like Coliseum, Stadium, and Battle Revolution. Something for basically the Pokemon Showdown crowd in an official capacity. I was there though for Pokemon Legends ZA, which is something I've been actually kind of secretly hyped for. After playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, I really wanted to see what they did with that formula. I haven't beaten Arceus, but I have enjoyed what I've played of it. And in general, I've been disappointed with Pokemon releases from the Switch generation. Pokemon Sword and Shield was just, I'm gonna keep it real with you, garbage. It was just not a good game. The story was just not good. The visuals were very lackluster. The performance wasn't great considering how good or how bad the game looked. And then on top of that, it just felt like a lazy cash grab. They didn't do anything to really push the formula forward. And on top of that, it just felt like, I don't know, lazy, especially considering all the other Nintendo Switch games and all the stuff Nintendo was doing around Pokemon. It was just insanely disappointing. And we got Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and while those I think are okay remakes, I feel like they could have done some more. I haven't beaten it yet. Even then, I just feel like I'm playing Pokemon Diamond and Pearl again in what ultimately doesn't feel like a massively superior way. I like that I have EXP share on, but that's about it. And then I didn't buy Pokemon Scarlet and Violet because those games look like doo-doo. I don't care how good they are as video games, it's just they look like poop. Sorry, not sorry. Like I said, I've been excited for Pokemon Legends ZA, and actually from what we saw from this trailer, it does look like a big step forward for Pokemon going forward. To be honest, it's kind of what people have envisioned Pokemon as their whole life if you played it, especially for the past 10, 15, 20 years. Now you can move around your Pokemon as they battle. Battles are in real time. What you do actually matters physically on the field. This is all stuff that I like to see. It was the direction Legends Arceus was taking. And on top of that, it's visually competent. But that's the key word, competent, not amazing. And I think that's been the biggest, realm of discussion around this, is that the game doesn't look great, visually speaking. I say this, not as a slight against the game, but really this game just does not look visually, I guess, compelling. To be honest, I like the art style a lot more. The art style they're going with is a lot more pleasing on the eyes than it was with Arceus or even Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It looks kind of like a combination of everything they've been doing the past 5, 6, 7 years. But I think people were expecting higher graphical fidelity. And I think that is something that's fair to expect. But I do think people saying this game looks visually bad are taking it a step far. And I think the reason I say that is because I feel like I'm, critical of, games graphics, and I don't think it looks that ugly, to be honest. If really even ugly at all, it just looks sort of bland. But I also feel like the people are saying they enjoy, I think there's a tweet that someone said that where they said, oh, this is how it feels to enjoy Pokemon but not caring about the graphics or some shit like that. And I just feel like they're missing the point. Pokemon, the biggest media franchise on the planet, looks like this. Let's be real. I think it's kind of ridiculous to not expect the biggest media franchise on the planet to at least look good in its main media that people consume. And then on top of that, the game still doesn't have voice acting, it seems. Now, if it does, I'm gonna be excited. I'll probably not care how bad the game looks if it has voice acting. But in all honesty, I feel like that's been something that's been missing from Pokemon for way too long. It's kind of ridiculous that, especially like I explained in the past, when you look at a game like Pokemon Sword and Shield, the beginning of the game has one of the worst cutscenes in all of video game history. It's very uncomfortable. It doesn't look particularly great, and the worst part about it is the sound design. it's just a crowd cheering while the director dude, I forgot what his name is, Chairman Rose or some bullshit like that, walks out and he's having this grandiose speech that you can't hear, you're reading it, and it takes like 2 minutes to sit there and mash through it, and the crowd is cheering with no music in the background. And it's actually kind of the perfect reason why I can say that AAA Pokemon needs to have voice acting. It's just unacceptable at this point. You pay $60 for a game to have a cutscene that bad, and it just rubs you the wrong way going forward, and your expectations of the series go up exponentially when it comes to a AAA experience and a AAA price tag. Overall, I just feel like it's taking Game Freak way too long to catch up. I get that they were, essentially limited by consoles pass or handhelds pass because they were on handhelds exclusively. And because of that, the expectations weren't as high. So they actually did genuinely push those handhelds to their limits or do cool things with them. And in general, their games were visually appealing on those consoles or handhelds. I mean, I think the Pokemon X and Y and Pokemon Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon games come to mind when I think about it. Like, they genuinely look amazing. And then when you even look at the DS era, I think Pokemon Black and White and Black and White 2 are some of the best looking games on that console, especially as far as JRPGs go. I just feel like it's ridiculous that, after so many attempts, they still haven't gotten it like really right yet. Like, this is what I expected maybe the first Switch Pokemon game to look like, not, the like 5th one to come out to look like. If you catch my drift, especially when there are other teams that have kind of padded it for them, like Ilka. It made it a little bit easier for them to get games out. But I don't know, how do you feel about this in that comment section down below? This is one of those things that I've been thinking about for a while. I wanted to get a video out on this sooner, but your boy's been busy. It's Mardi Gras, or it was Mardi Gras in my land, so work has been super hectic. But with all that being said, let me know how you feel. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Share the video out with your friends. Remember, Hot Faraga turns to Cold Blizzaga, check out some of my other videos. Follow your boy. Links are as always down in the description. Follow your boy on Blue Sky, Twitter, Discord, all that stuff. We're out of here. Peace and have a good one.